treat in store for you this morning, so let's get started. For years now, we've been encouraged to think outside the box. And if it was really all that easy, I don't think that we would keep hearing that phrase being used over and over to the point where it's almost a cliche now. But the fact is, we live inside our boxes. It's how we make sense of the world. But these boxes, while useful, have their blind spots. This morning we have a very special person, Karl, who makes his living by living some of the time outside of the proverbial box. Without further ado, let's see what Michael can teach us. Please help me welcome Karl.
Thank you, everybody. How's everybody doing today? All right. I just want to give me 1 second. I just want to move this all the way to the side. Can everybody see on this side? Perfect. All right. Maybe move it like a foot. It's okay. So, how many of you, by a show of hands, have heard of me before, know what I do, has seen anything about me at all whatsoever? Okay, that kind of hurts. Sorry. Well, you're in for a treat. So, my name is Karl. What I do is I'm a mentalist. How many people, by a show of hands, know what a mentalist is? Okay, a little bit more. How many people have seen the show The Mentalist? Right, okay, it's a pretty good show. Well, I read body language, facial expressions, influence you to make certain decisions that are in my favor. We're going to play some cool mind games, see what's going on inside your heads, if there's anything up in there. And then I'm going to give you a little bit of background story about me, how I do problem solving, how I think outside the box, and how I break down the things that I do. So the best way for me to explain what I do is to literally show you. So can I have everybody please stand up for me? All right. And what I want you guys to do is reach into your pockets, or off your pocketbooks, if you brought some stuff from the chairs. Find a small object. So a coin would be ideal. It could be a ring off your finger, a crumpled up napkin or piece of paper, a dollar bill, a hair tie, anything that can be concealed in one hand. In a second, I'm going to have you all come out with both hands just like this, and we're going to play that which hand game. So just make sure you can hide it in your hand. But before you do that, when you have your object, so I know you're ready, hold it between your fingers like this, so behind your back. So it's going to look like this. So hold it between your fingers, behind your back, so I know everybody's ready to go. Good on this side. Over here. Looks like everybody just sat on this side. Okay. So in a second, I'm going to have you come out with both hands, just like this, concealing the object in one of your hands. But before you do it, don't do it yet. My job is to try to influence you which hand I want you to put the object in. Okay, so I'm going to try to influence you where I want you to put the object. It's a 50-50 shot. You got two hands, right? So most of you probably do. So it's a 50-50 shot. You can either put it in the left hand, or you can put it in the right. So you got two choices, the left hand or the right, the left or the right. Make up your mind now and come out with both hands, just like this, concealing the object in one of the hands. Good? All right. Now, when I said to you all, I'm going to try to influence you which hand to choose, you're all thinking, oh, this guy's not going to fool me. I'm going to pay attention. You're all very competitive. You're going to win. You're going to beat me. Right? I don't know who this guy is. He wasn't partying with us last night at the fire dancer. He's not one of us. We're going to get him. I get it. It's fine. So you probably paid attention. You probably paid attention to what I was saying, the words I was using. I kept raising my left hand. I emphasized the word left. So many of you probably thought I wanted you to put it in your left hand. It's actually the exact opposite. So if you put the object in your right hand, you can sit down and you're out of the game. And that's a healthy regard, dude. So we're going to play this. Whoever's still standing, we're going to go to round 2. So take the object, go back behind your back. Go back and forth, side to side, hand to hand. It's your free choice. When you're ready, come out with both hands, concealing the object in one of the hands. Okay? Head over here. All right. That time, many of you probably just kept it in the exact same hand as the first time. So if you kept it in the same hand as the first time, you can sit down, you're out of the game, you're already sitting. So,
I wasn't paying attention. Same hand, sit down.
for those of you that are still standing, pay attention to those who are sitting. Take notes, take a mental note. These are the ones that are easily influenced. So if you need anything, mental note right now. And out of a room full of several hundred of you, we're left with a handful. So I'm going to pull a few of you up here. These are the most likely to call me out right now. You're the most likely to call me out. Would you mind joining me up here, sir? Would you mind coming up here? Would you mind coming up here, man? And would you in the pink mind coming up here? You guys can come join me right up here. The people standing over here, give me 1 second. There's one of the gentlemen here. This guy. Can I see your hands? Doesn't matter what object it is. And what do you do for a living? Workhorse.
Good answer.
Just look at me for a second. Give me the glasses. Can you pull them down for 1 second? You mind joining me up here? Sorry about that. And your name? Ryan? Nice to meet you, Ryan. I think this will work. Alright. So just, line up in a row with everybody. Alright. Now Ryan, I think this is going to work for you, Ryan. Over here I have a necklace, and if you guys have your object, you can put it in your pocket, or I don't need it, unless it's like a $100 bill or anything. Just leave it on the table. Ryan, what I want you to do is hold on to my necklace. Hold on to that. So what you're all going to do, what Ryan's going to do with the rest of you, the 5 of you are going to huddle up. So the 4 of you are going to put your hands out just like this. You're going to huddle up. Ryan, you're going to decide who gets the necklace, which hand it goes in. It's completely up to you. Okay, it's completely up to you. I'll give you one thing though. If you wanted to keep it for yourself, you can. You don't have to give it to anyone. If you don't like them, I won't tell them. If you don't like them, you don't have to give it to them. It's completely up to you. And when you're ready, just line up in a row, just like this. Make sure the necklace isn't hanging out. You're going to do exactly what you did before. Everybody's going to line up in a row just like this. Somebody will have the necklace. The rest of you won't. Okay? So line up in a row. Make sure the necklace isn't hanging out. You decide who gets it. So huddle up and then line back up. Good? Yeah, just crumble up. You decide who gets it. If you want to pretend who you want to put it to. Everybody else hold out your hands just like this. And you decide who gets it. Perfect. Now, in a second, they're going to line up in a row. They're all going to have their hands out like this. Somebody will have the necklace. The rest of them will not. I'm going to ask them all the same question. I'm going to say, do you have the necklace in your left hand? Do you have the necklace in your right hand? For this game, their only answer is going to be yes. So whether they have the necklace or they do not have the necklace, they're only going to answer yes. So pay attention to their eyes. You're going to notice that the truth tellers tend to look at you while the liars tend to look away. That's kind of how this works. So if you see who's lying, tell them the truth. Are you guys all set up? Line right in a row? Ryan, you already just opened your hands, so you're doing this. You're either going to be out unless you want to give it another shot and pretend again. I don't know what to do. Yeah, go ahead. Again, if you want to keep it, it's up to you. Everybody make sure you keep your fists closed the whole time. Alright, I knew it would work for Ryan. So again, pay attention to their eyes. You're going to notice that the truth tellers tend to look at you, the liars tend to look away. That's how this works. So I'm just going to come scoot over here. So let's grab this microphone.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Put them down. So I'm going to ask you all the same question. I'm going to say, is the necklace in your left hand? is the necklace in your right hand? For this game, the only answer is yes. So whether you have the necklace or you do not have the necklace, pay attention close. The only answer is yes. Okay, so does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. You are winning. The only answer is yes. Again, pay attention to their eyes. You can notice the truth tellers tend to look at you, the liars tend to look away. Okay. Ignore what I just said. The other necklace in yours is your right hand.
Yes.
The next to your left hand.
Yes.
You're good at that. I like you. You Corinne?
Yes.
Corinne? Do you like to see your right hand?
No.
We're going to go through the rules again.
Sorry.
We're going to go through the rules. The only answer is yes, that's the rule. Okay. Do you like to see your right hand?
Of course.
Do you like to see your left hand?
Yes.
Janet? Janet, do you like to see your right hand?
Yes.
Do you like to see your left hand?
Yes.
Janet's pretty good. John, do you like to see your right hand?
Yes.
Do you like to see your left hand?
Yes.
Ryan, do you like to see your right hand?
Yes.
Do you like to see your left hand?
Yes.
Okay. See, I actually lied. I lied to all of you. I knew they were going to hear it. It's actually the exact opposite. So the truth tellers don't have to stare at you, because they know that they're telling the truth. But the liars tend to stare you down to see if you believe their lies. Take a note of that as well. I think, Janet, I think you stared me down just enough. Can you please show both hands empty? Thank you very much. You can take a seat. Give her a nice round of applause. Okay, then there were 4. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to go a little bit faster. So we're going to go a little bit faster. I'll start back on this side. Same thing, only answer is yes for everybody. Only answer is yes. You can move down just a little bit. Crunch up just a bit. Cool. A little closer. Okay. We're going to do a little speed round. Do the next in your right hand.
Yes.
Left hand?
Yes.
Right hand?
Yes.
Left hand?
Yes.
Right hand?
Yes.
Left hand?
Yes.
Right hand?
Yes.
Left hand?
Yes.
Left hand?
Yes.
Left hand?
Yes.
Right hand?
Yes.
All right. So what I was looking for there is a slight pause, just a little uncertainty. I think, John, you paused just enough. Can you show? You already gave it away. Show both hands. Give it a nice round of applause for that. All right. Then there were 3. 3 left. So this time, we're going to switch up the game a little bit. I'm going to ask you the question, same question. I want you to answer truthfully, but only in your heads. So say nothing out loud. So if you have the necklace in that hand, answer in your head, just think yes. Does that make sense? If you don't, just think no. So just think the answer, don't give anything away. Okay. In your head only. Do you have the necklace in your left hand? Just in your hand? Just in your head. Truthfully, okay. Truthfully, do you have the necklace in your left hand? Just in your head? Do you have the necklace in your right hand? Just in your head? Good, don't shake. You almost shook. Trying to give anything away. Do you have the necklace in your left hand? Just in your head. Do you have the necklace in your right hand? Just in your head. Put this back. So notice if somebody asks you a question, you can't not answer it, right? So if somebody asks you what your name is, where do you live, what do you do, you might not actually want to tell these people. You might not know these people, you might not like them. But you're still thinking the answer, you're still thinking the name. You're trying to also think of a fake name to give them. But you're still thinking the answer, you can't not think it. I think you were very honest that you do not have the necklace. Can you show both hands empty? Give a net, right? Give a net. Very good round of applause. So, here's where the psychology comes into play. See, earlier, Ryan, I said you could either give it away or keep it for yourself. I also, however, said if you kept it for yourself, it's a selfish act. Many people wouldn't want to look selfish in front of everybody, right? I don't know how well you know these people in the room. Maybe you know them very well, maybe you don't. So most people would try to give it away. But you also, I know you gave it away the first time. Then I gave you a second run at it, so maybe this time you kept it for yourself. Right, yeah, possible. But most people would give it away because they don't want to look selfish. But you knowing this, and since you already went through one round, maybe you would keep it for yourself knowing that most people give it away. But Ryan, you look like a smart guy. So maybe you would give it away thinking that most people give it themselves. Obviously, everybody would give it away. Ryan, I don't think you're selfish. You can keep your hands closed. Ryan, can you open both hands, show them? Is there empty? And Corinne, hold on. Corinne, you have Corinne? Yeah. Sorry. Corinne. This is a totally free choice. Obviously you have it, unless somebody pocketed and stole my necklace. I don't know, maybe that happened too. That could have happened. They looked at it and said, okay, great. All right. Corinne, you can either go right over the left or left over the right. It's completely up to you. When you're ready, it's completely up to you. Right over left, left over right. So you would think that I would obviously think that you would hide it by putting it underneath. So what you did, you probably put it on top. Correct? So I would think the necklace would be on top over here. This. Now, is there anybody in here that I can trust? That type of crowd, right? All right. I need two people. Anybody that I can trust? We got one hand here. Usually the people who raise their hand I can't trust, but you look very trustworthy. You're sitting in the front row. You look very... Second row? I don't think anybody's sitting in the front row. Your name? Leonie? Leonie, what I want you to do is I want you to think of a number. This is going to be a 2-digit number. Any 2-digit number you like, just make it above 20. It's not like a team number, so anything above 20, 2-digit number. What I want you to do is write it nice and big right here. You can either put it on your seat next to you, just don't let me see it. If you want to show anybody behind you or next to you, you totally can. Just don't let me see it. Is there anybody else I can trust in here? Point to somebody. Call them out. I love the government. Raise your hand, what's your name? Emily. Emily, over here I have the envelope. Okay, I wrote it here so everybody knows it's an envelope. It was up there the whole time. I'm going to give you this envelope, Emily. All I want you to do is hold on to it. Don't open it. Don't switch it. Don't run to the bathroom if you have to go now. Don't leave. And just hold on to it until I ask for it toward the end. Got it? Okay, great. Perfect. So, my slides. Are these up? Are these working? Yep. Let's just hit play. Great. All right. So to give you all a little background story about me, I give you a little demonstration of what I do. So I influence people to make certain decisions that are in my favor. We're going to play some fun games here. And we're going to take a little backstory into how I run my business, how I think outside the box to solve problems and become a solution provider. So how did I get started in this? I was talking to some people earlier today when I was walking in here setting up. People ask always, how did you get into magic and mentalism? How did you do this? So to give you a background story, I got a magic kit. Most people did. They either started by seeing a magician or getting a magic kit, right? So my mother took me to Toys R Us, bought me a magic kit when I was about 6 years old. I was doing magic my entire childhood, sitting in a room doing magic tricks. And when I was 18, I got more into the psychology in it. Everybody always tells you what you can't do. Isn't that funny? They always want to tell you what you can't do. Because if they can't do something, they want to tell you you can't do it. So everybody told me you can't be a magician. You can't make a living doing magic. That's not a career, that's not a profession. You gotta go to school, and that's totally true. You gotta go to school and learn and educate yourself. I'm a big advocate of education. And you can never do magic. So I got more into psychology. I figured if I could influence people, read body language, facial expressions, influence people to make decisions, I mean, the world is your oyster, right? If I'm looking for a job and I'm on an interview and I could influence the person to hire me, I can get a job. If I'm at a bar or something and I meet a girl and I want to influence her to go out with me, I can get a girlfriend. That actually worked. I'm actually getting married next month, October 9th. Thank you very much. Thank you. I influenced her to say yes. So far it's working. So I figured if I could influence people, that's what I want to get into. That's what I can do. So I studied the psychology of people, why people do what they do, the behaviors, understanding the human psyche. So when I got into college at the time, I was working for Verizon Wireless, selling cell phones to pay for school. Anybody have Verizon? Verizon? Okay, so Verizon, AT&T are two of the top biggest ones. At the time, Verizon was the biggest. It was right before the iPhone came out. So everybody's still on BlackBerrys. This was back in 2008. So I worked for Verizon Wireless in Queens. I'm from Queens, New York. Anybody from New York here? Yes. A few? Great, okay. I like you. That's why I like you. That's why. That's what it was, the connection right here. So I was working for Verizon Wireless selling cell phones. And if you were to go into a store, this is for any carrier, you go and you give them your cell phone number, they type it into their computer, all your information would pop up. So your address, your name, all your information that they would have on file would pop up. But back then, people forgot their phone numbers. People didn't do internet as much back in 2008. So a lot of people came in, they forgot their number, they'd give you your name and maybe a city you live in. So say you were Oprah Winfrey in Chicago, I typed that in. I can find Oprah Winfrey's contact info. If I typed in Derek Jeter, New York, I can find Derek Jeter's contact info. You weren't supposed to do this. Right. You weren't supposed to do this, but back in 2008, something historic happened. Barack Obama became the first black president. So a 19-year-old kid in my store said, you know what, I'm going to call Obama and congratulate him for winning the election. Because why wouldn't you do that? That's a smart idea. And people are in government, you know how crazy that sounds. So he put him on speakerphone in the store, he dials the number. It goes to voicemail, he didn't pick up, it goes to voicemail. But it said, you've reached Senator Barack Obama. If this is an emergency, you can reach me on my BlackBerry at such and such number. Obviously it's an emergency, right? So this kid on speaker says, okay, let me write that number down. Dials Obama. I'm sitting there, rings one time, I say, he's not gonna pick up the phone. Rings a second time, there's no way Obama's picking up his phone. Third time, Obama goes, hello? The guy goes, congratulations, bro, I knew you could do it. Obama goes, who is this? He's like, I just wanted to congratulate you. I knew you could do it, man. You're the best. Click, hangs up on him. The next day, Secret Service show up to him. My manager had no idea that was happening. So it's very surprising. Secret Service showed up to our store. They do not play. Shut us down for the entire day. Made us bring all our cars around back. Looked through surveillance footage. So if you were seen on camera, looking at the number, you were terminated. Yeah. Back in 2008 was a tough time to get a job too. If you get terminated, it's good luck. So we have login codes. So if you log in to keep track of sales, so if you logged in and typed in the number, they keep track of all the numbers you looked up. You did that, terminated. They looked through our surveillance footage. Anybody who's seen, like I said, terminated, the login numbers terminated, pull your car around back, searched all of our cars. Took literally everything out of our car to see if we were any threats. They hooked me up to a polygraph test. Do not play. So on the camera, they saw the back of my head, but I wasn't seen. I never looked up the number, I was standing right there. So they hooked me up to a polygraph test. And as a college kid, probably not the brightest thing to do. I said, well, I've studied psychology, I know what they're looking for, I can tell when people are lying, right? I watched Seinfeld. You know what Seinfeld? Words of George Costanza? It's not a lie, if you believe it. Totally true, totally true. Like, I got this. They hooked me up to a polygraph test. They asked me, not even just did I see it, they asked me questions about my family, my relationships, to see how I am. I said, I need to keep my job. It's 2008, is a recession, it's hard to find a job. So I lied through the polygraph test. And I passed. I just fooled the Secret Service in a polygraph test. For the stupidest reason, I don't even know what the penalty is for that. I don't know what I would have done if lying to them. Thinking about that later, it sounds crazy. So they left, I kept my job for 3 months. And then I got fired. had absolutely nothing to do with the polygraph test. So at the time, Verizon bought out Alltel Wireless. Alltel Wireless was a carrier getting pretty popular, so they bought them out. But Alltel had to deal with them saying, if you buy us out, you have to keep our employees. You can't fire our employees. So what they did is they kept their employees, paid them less, and fired tenure employees like me, who they pay more. It's business, it's what they do. So they gave me a severance package, put me out on the street, and I said to myself, all right, what am I going to do? I could either go to AT&T, I could start applying for jobs. The job market was tough, and I sat down for a while, and I really thought about what my options are and what I could do. And I did parties, I did some magic stuff, I started getting into mentalism. I just fooled a polygraph test. So I figured, okay, maybe I have something here I can make a career. So we all come to these crossroads in life where sometimes we have to make a decision and we don't know what to do, and it's really scary. What I did is I stepped up to that ledge and I said, and I was in college, I was still living at home, so I had some benefits. I said, it's now or never. I'm either going to go all in on this, or I go back to AT&T and do the same thing I was doing. So what I did, I jumped. To a lot of people, it was really scary at the time. I put all my money that I had into it, everything that I saved, into a business. When I tell you this is because we all come to these times when we're stuck with these decisions, and many times we say, you know, when I have a little bit more money, that's the right time to do it. When I pay off a few more bills, then I'll do it. You know, I have a lot of stuff going on with family, so when that's all over, then I'm going to do it. But there's never really a right time, is there? Because the best time to start something, that was 12 months ago. And you missed it. Sorry. But the second best time to start is right now, is today. And the reason you all came today is you network, you're influenced by other people around you, and you're here to help yourself go forward, to push yourself in your business, your career, your personal lives. And I believe we're the direct reflection of the top 5 people you spend time with. So if you surround yourself with the right people, and take advantage while you're here, I know it's the last day, and I hear some great stories of people hanging out, making new friends last night, and throughout this conference, talking. I heard it was a great time so far these last 2 days. But take advantage and meet people and network with each other. Because what I did at that time, I needed so many things in my business. I could do magic tricks, I could do mentalism. How am I going to make this a business? That's what I said to myself. I had to surround myself with the right people. I had to find a marketing guy. I had to find a website guy. I put these people in my top 5. If there's somewhere you want to be, and you know somebody that can do it, find that person, put them in your top 5. Find how you can bring value to these people. Because they're not just going to want to do something for you. They might be busy in their careers. But how can you add value to somebody else's life? What can you do for them? If you're always helping others get things that they want, how could they not help you? So I urge you all to go out and do that. And I put people in my top 5 that I needed there. And what happened then, to give you a story, I started performing professionally. I travel on cruise ships, which sounds very exciting, but it's really not. You're on a boat, like in a different world. Like it feels like you're not even on the planet anymore. There's no internet, like Wi-Fi is terrible. You're in a small cabin, you know nobody. It's hard to tell your girlfriend, oh, I'm going to like Bahamas for 6 months. Like, it's for work, don't worry. So traveling around on a boat, it's tough. Back in 2008, then I came back to land, and I networked. I met a guy who was working for the Orlando Magic. Anybody know the Orlando Magic basketball team? So I became one of the official magicians of the Orlando Magic back in 2009, which was the best time, if anybody knows them, to be working with the Orlando Magic. They're terrible now, but back then they went to the NBA Finals. They lost to the Lakers, but they went to the NBA Finals. I was at every home game. I was in the finals meeting celebrities, corporate sponsors. And what did I do? I found people who are where I want to be, doing the things that I want to do, and I asked them, how did you get there? How can I bring value to you? Be creative in the things that you do for other people. So I could meet these people, and then from there, I started performing corporate around the country, and got into speaking about 4 years ago, which brings me all here today. So, put that slide up that came in. So just like what I did with you all, when I say to go left, what does everybody do? They go right. Right? Because you always want to fool me. But how can you bring value to those people who see it? How can you bring value to the people on the left? Because everybody always goes to the one side. Everybody always wants to do the one thing. They all follow the crowd. and there's few people that do it the other way. So think, how can I do that? How can I find people and bring them into my life? And when I tell you, people always say to me, but you're lucky, I can't do what you do. You're a mind reader, you do magic. You have this gift, this special gift. I hear it all the time. And I tell you, it annoys me so much because it's not a gift. Everything I do up here, I don't have special powers. I believe whatever I can do, whatever you can do, anybody else can duplicate it. If you educate yourself and you learn. The things what I just told you is at 6 years old, I got a magic kit. Right? At 6 years old, I got a magic kit. And at 18, I got more into psychology. Guess what I did between 6 and 18? I put in the work. That's when the foundation was put down. That's how you develop mastery in your craft, when you put in the work. And there's a great quote by Teller of Penn and Teller. He's the shorter one who doesn't talk. He gave a quote, so I guess he does talk sometimes. He says that magic is just someone spending more time on something than anyone would reasonably expect. So I urge you, where can you spend more time on something in your life, with your family, with your work, than anybody would reasonably expect to make that thing magical? It sounds cheesy, but where can you put in the work? Now, I want to share with you a routine that took me 7 years to develop. This is the longest piece that ever took me to do. And this is one of the things that I saw Penn and Teller do this when I was a child. And from 6 to 18, I worked on this. And I said, I want to know how they do this. So I want to share that with you right now. I have a paper ball here. I just want to throw this out to the audience. If you catch it, just hold on to it. So just throw it somewhere in the center. Everybody get it? Got it? Okay, now I don't want everybody to think I was in some over-the-head paper ball throwing contest. I knew you were sitting there, so I threw it right to you and we set this up. So I want you to either throw it to somebody at random. You can throw it to someone you like, someone you don't like. I won't tell them, it's fine. Anywhere you'd like. Perfect. And your name? Tonya. Can I ask you to please join me? Do you wear glasses for reading if I ask you to read something? You do? Do you have glasses with you? If you get your glasses, and join me up here in a second, and give Tonya a very nice round of applause. You keep going because it gets awkward. Yeah, throw it out there, leave it out there. Perfect, nice throw. Nice throw. Tonya, it's nice to meet you, Tonya. So over here, Tonya, I have a couple books. Okay, they're both #1 best-selling books from different genres, different types. I have Stephen King's The Shining. Have you read the book? Has anybody read Stephen King's The Shining? Okay, seen the movie? Perfect, you seen the movie? Okay, great. And I have Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Not one of your favorites? Okay. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire? Read the book, seen the movie? Okay. So, Tonya, I'm going to give you the choice to choose any book. You can just choose The Shining or Harry Potter. It's completely up to you. Which one would you like? Shining? I'm going to hand you this. Did that feel like a free choice? It did. Okay, it's supposed to. It's fine. It's supposed to. I mean, it's worth it. Tonya, I'm going to give you the option. You can either keep that book for yourself, and I really want you to take this in. Because I want you to sleep tonight. I don't want you to be in bed, rolling around, and you can't sleep, and you're saying, if I only pick Harry Potter, this whole thing would have been differently. So if you want to stay with The Shining, you can. It's completely up to you. If you want to change your mind, you go with Harry Potter. What would you like to do? Stay with it? Cool. That's fine. That's completely fair. So Tonya, what I want you to do is, you can stay where you are. Tonya, what I want you to do is, I want you to take the book, and I want you to open it to a random page. Just open it to a random page. Don't tell us what page number you're on. Just open it to a random page and let me know when you feel okay. Good? Okay. There's going to be a left-hand side. There's going to be a right-hand side. What I want you to do is pick a side, left or right. Have your eyes scroll down that page, and I want you to settle on a word. Now, this isn't going to be any word. it's going to be a big word. Not like it, the, then, nothing like that. Not a character name. I know the characters. So if there's something, say 7, 8 letters or more, any big words, multiple syllables would be great. So scroll down, find a word, and let me know if there's anything on that page. And you can change your mind a couple times so you find something you like. Is there anything on that page? You got something. And do you know what the word means? You got, it's okay, I'm not trying to offend you, I'm saying something. I don't know what word it is. I don't know what it is, okay. It works either way. What I want you to do now is, you know the word. Okay, so you can put the book down. You can put the book right on the table if you, as long as you remember the word. What I want you to do is think of the first letter of that word. Think of the first letter, and I want you to just scan the audience. So from one side, all the way to the other, shout your word in your mind. Now in a second, go to the end. I see you're already trying to do it. Okay, I see it. Just in your mind, send it in your mind to the audience. So we're going to start from one side, and you can use your hand for an antenna. Sometimes it gives better reception. And just scan the audience. Hold is even better. That's perfect. Hold is even better. So start from one side, and just what I want you to do is, in a second, I'm going to tell you when to do it. Just scan through the audience, shouting your word in your mind to them. Your first letter, just the first letter of your word. Make sense? Just the first letter. As she comes across to all of you, what I want you guys to do is shout out the first letter. Shout out the first letter that comes to your mind out loud. You're going to be doing it in your head. Shout the first letter that comes to your mind. We're going to see who can get this. So go ahead, start now. Shout out what first letter that comes to mind. Did you hear your letter? You guys aren't, come on. Great day, Jones. What was the first letter of the word? You. Did anybody get you? You said you. Okay.
Never been accused of that before.
So we're going to write a you right now. We know it's you. Tanya, what I want you to do is, in your mind, say your word in syllables, just in your head. So say it in your head in syllables. I'll give you a demonstration. Say your word with superstition. In your mind, don't say it out loud. You'd be going superstition, just in your mind. So just say that in your mind. Okay, just say it. Okay. Do you know how many syllables are in?
Yes.
In your mind right now, shout out the amount of syllables. In your mind, don't say anything. Just shout it 1, 2, 3, the number, just in your head. Just in your head, okay. 5. That's okay, it's okay.
Shout it out right now.
It's okay, that's okay. We know it's you, we know it's a long word because 5 syllables is pretty big. All right. Keep saying the word in your mind, keep saying the word in your mind. It has to be this. It has to. Can everybody read this? In a second. Can you read this? I spelled it wrong, but you know what I'm doing. Okay, but you know what I'm talking about, right? I wasn't a spelling bee champion as a kid. It's the, I think, okay. You guys know what word that is, right? It's spelled wrong, by the way, just so you know. It has to be this, it has to be this. I'm going to give you that microphone. In a nice loud voice, into the microphone, can you tell everybody the word that you're thinking of?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, right? It has to be, right? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Give a nice round of applause for helping out. That's unbelievable. Oh, jeez. It's spelled wrong. A word. It's spelled wrong. So, that was maybe the longest piece that ever took me. It took me about 7 years to create that. 7 years to develop that. And people ask me, well, how do you do that? What's the thought process that goes into something like that? How do you create that for somebody? Well, I figured, I saw Penn and Teller, as I said, they had someone hand out books, open up the book to any random page, a random word. How would they know what they're thinking of? And my process is, you gotta reverse engineer that. So first you have to know where you're going. You gotta set your goals and know where you're gonna go. So I wanted to do that. I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to give somebody a book and pick a word, and I know what it is. So how do I do that? I hand out a book. There's maybe, I don't know, say 10,000 words in this book, right? 10,000 words, give or take. I say open to a random page. What's a random page? Usually somewhere in the middle, right? The first 25% they're not gonna open, the last 25% they're gonna open it somewhere in the middle. So that cuts down the book in half. So maybe it's 5,000 words. I say think of a big word. Now big words stand out on the page a lot differently than little words like then. So that maybe takes out 5,000 words or so and breaks it down to even more or less words. But that step took me years to figure out that next step. But it's just thinking and going through it. And the last step, I was stuck on the last step for so long, the next step, and it would blow your mind. But I can't share that with you. I can't give it away. But what I had to do is talk to somebody else in a different industry that gave me that aha moment that just clicked. That let me know that's what it is. And it's just getting someone that somebody influenced me to think of something else, to develop my craft. So where did I put my, sorry, my clicker. Got it, there we go. So, as I said, when I was 6, I got a magic kit. When I was 18, I got into this. There were 2 things that happened when I was 6 years old. There are many things that happened when I was 6 years old, but 2 defining moments in my life was I got a magic kit, and my mom took me to the fair, the carnival, the local fair, the local carnival at the park. Now, if you go to these carnivals or theme parks, you run into carnival games, right? And you see these prizes that they give away if you throw a ball in a basket or blow up the balloon with the water. They have all these different things. They give out prizes, all these dolls, these stuffed animals. For me, as I was walking around there, I saw this game. I didn't even know what the game was. I just saw the stuffed animal in the back, and I said, I want that. That's what I want. And that was Mighty Mouse. Right? To me, I was like, Mighty Mouse was the thing. He's here to save the day, right? So I saw that, I said, I want that. So I asked my mom, I want to play this game. I want to get to play this game. I didn't know these things were rigged at the time. I was 6 years old. So I go there, I said, oh, can I have $1? I want to play this game. The game was to get a ball into a laundry basket. So they had a laundry basket, and they handed me a ball. It was $1 a shot. So they handed me a ball. And they said, all you gotta do is get the ball into the basket. Easy enough, right? 6-year-old, I'm like, yeah, that's easy enough. Okay, ball and basket, perfect. So I asked my mom for $1. She let me play. I said, I gotta win this Mighty Mouse. I stepped up to that line. I had the ball. Not thinking anything of it. What I did is I took the shot, and I missed. And what did I do? You asked your mom for another $1, right? I was like, Mom, I got it next time. I got this. I know it is. I was off. It's first time. First time, I got the next one. Can I have another $1? So she gave me another $1. So I stepped up again. I took that shot. I missed again. I said, Ma, I got this now. Okay, 3rd time's a charm. I hit the rim this time. I'm getting close. Like, don't worry. I got you. Don't worry. 3rd time. I missed. Ma, seriously? She's like, no, I'm not having this. 3 times, that's it. We gotta go. We got things we gotta do. She took me home. Her not knowing that, kids, this sticks inside your head. Like, I want that Mighty Mouse. You know, and when kids knows how they get crazy, you don't realize how dedicated they are to certain things. I said I wanted that Mighty Mouse. She took me home. What did I do once I got home? I set up a laundry basket. There was her laundry basket. So I emptied out, put all the dirty clothes on the floor, set up a laundry basket. I got a ball, bouncy ball. I started shooting day and night. That's where the work came in. Day and night, day and night. I sat up, stayed up late, got up early, didn't go to dinner. That's all I did. Shot a ball into a basket. Until that whole week, I spent all week doing that. I was hitting it 5, 6 times out of 10. I was 50-50. I said, that's good enough when you go back to the fair. $2, I get it. 3, definitely. 50-50, I'm hitting this. I practiced, I put the work in. So I go to my mom. Later that week I said, Mom, I'm getting this 5, 6 times out of 10. Take me back to the fair. We're going to get this done. I'm going to win my Mighty Mouse. What did she say? No, she was like, what are you talking about? Like, that fair's over? It's not even a thing. It was a local park. They cancel it, they move. It's a traveling fair. Don't you realize we go to that park every week? It's never there. So it's a local thing. I'm like, oh man. So I was like, I have to wait a year for this? I was like, okay, well, are there any other fairs? Can we go to anywhere? Can we go to play this game? I need to win this Mighty Mouse. So what I did is, I took laundry baskets. I sat there and I practiced for weeks, for months, until I was hitting it 9, 10 times out of 10. I was hitting it all the time. I got so good, I put the laundry basket on top of the refrigerator. I was throwing them up there. I was putting it on top of counters, multiple laundry baskets, trick shots off the wall, behind the back. I was the best laundry basketball kid you've ever seen as a 6-year-old. That's what I did for months. Because for a 6-year-old, you got to think of the thought process. I thought every time there's a ball and basket game, the prize is a Mighty Mouse. I didn't realize that they throw random stuffed animals back there. I thought the ball and basket, you get a Mighty Mouse. You spray the water gun into the balloon, maybe you get a dinosaur. Everything had their set prizes. I didn't know that. So I got so good. My mom took me to fairs. We traveled a lot down south. I'm from New York. We traveled down to Myrtle Beach. We stopped at Busch Gardens, different theme parks, everything. I always played every time there was a ball and basket game. I wanted to play it. But I never saw Mighty Mouse. I was so good. I won multiple prizes. You win 5 little ones. You could trade them in for the big one. My parents got pissed. I had to put it on top of the car, tie it down, hold it so it doesn't blow away. Like, what are we going to do with this, Mikey? Like, Mikey. I had to hold on to it, make sure it doesn't blow away. Parents of other kids at these theme parks paid me money. I was making a living. I was getting paid to win their kids' prizes. They're like, I'll give you money, we'll make it a prize. I was winning it. I was winning prizes at every park, at multiple parks. After winning too many prizes, they cap you. They kick you out. Did you guys know this? I was 6, 7 years old. They're like, you're cut off, kid. I'm like, why? I just wanted my Mighty Mouse. But I said, I'm going to win everything that I can win until I find my Mighty Mouse. My mother works in the school system. So sometimes I would end up going to her school with her, into her classrooms. And one time, I think I was about a couple years later, maybe I was about 8 years old, I mastered this ball and laundry basket game. I walked into the gym in her school. I was like, wait a second. What is this? I asked somebody, I was like, what is this thing that they're playing? Like basketball. Hold on a second. Laundry basket, ball. How come I didn't hear about this? I guess there was no internet, there was no Google at the time, I couldn't Google it. But I thought I mastered every basketball game there was, until I found out there was a game called basketball. So I said, damn, I gotta master this too. Because what if I go to the theme park and that's the ball and basket game that has the Mighty Mouse? So what I did, I played basketball every day. After school, I went to the park. There's 2 things I did, magic and basketball, ball and basket games. And what did I do in high school? I made the basketball team. I won MVP in my high school. Got me a college scholarship. And I went to college to play basketball and get an education, paid for. All because I was chasing a Mighty Mouse doll. I didn't win when I was 6 years old. I played this game every day, every night to try to get this thing. That it took me to another level that I never thought I would even be. It wasn't even in my imagination. Until in college, I tore my Achilles. I couldn't play basketball anymore. I lost my scholarship. At the time, I was dating a girl. I was devastated. And she gave me a gift. She bought me a box, gave it to me, and tried to cheer me up, make me feel better. I opened it up. That's what you think, right? It was the opposite. Do you know how pissed I was? I was so pissed. This is is the exact one. I can't even look at it. This is the one. Somebody, does anybody understand my thought process? I wanted to work. I didn't want this handed to me. I didn't put all that work in from 6 to 18, 19, 20, getting into college, getting a scholarship, pursuing this thing, to just have somebody hand it to me. I wanted to earn this. I wanted to work for it. You can't just have somebody hand you, because what if somebody just handed you everything on a silver platter? Where would you really be in life? Really, where would you be? You might have everything, but you feel good inside. There's things you just want to achieve that you want to earn, and this was it for me. My whole life, this was it. So she didn't understand, that's why we're not together. She's not my So I took it, I kept it, but I threw it to the side. And I said, I wanted to work for this, I wanted to earn this. So as I said, magic is just something, spending more time on something than anyone would reasonably expect. For me, it was this. And it took me all around the world. It took me, that set the foundation for what is needed to develop your craft, to get mastery, to put in the work. Nothing is going to be easy. To find those people that'll get you in there. If you want to learn something and you don't even know anybody, there's so many books now on Amazon. You can pick up and learn that topic. That author, put him in your top 5, put him in your army. The more knowledge you have, the bigger your army gets. Between more knowledge, the more powerful you are. Then that force is going to take you places. I tell you this because they don't see the hard work. And it's all perspective. Some people say, oh, how can, that was so great that this person gave this to you. But what if it would be the same thing if on that day when I was 6 years old, I stepped up to that line, I took that shot, and I hit it. If I hit that shot at 6 years old, it wasn't skill, it was luck. It wasn't skill, I didn't work for this, I didn't practice. I would have won it right away, never thought about it. And that changed the course of my entire life. That I missed that shot to allow me to put in the work, to know that there's things that you have to work for, that you have to put in the work for if you want that. And that's what set it for me, was that Mighty Mouse. And the scariest thing to me right now, when I look back at it, is what if I hit that shot? I don't know what I would have been. I don't know if I'd be here today because of something like that. So the people you surround yourself with, the decisions you make today are going to affect your outcome in your life tomorrow. And like I said, they don't see this. Everybody know the iceberg principle? The success? They see that on top. But they don't see all the hard work, the dedication, the failure, all those things that you've been doing day and night. Whether it's a ball in a basket, whether you're studying for an exam that you want to get somewhere in your career, you're reading your books, anything that you're doing in your craft, they don't see that. They just see the success. But it's all a matter of perspective. So, perspective. Just because you're right doesn't mean the other person's wrong, right? Sometimes you just need to look at it a different way. Have you ever saw something one way and you swore that's the way it was? You swore that's the answer, that's how it is. Until you just saw it a little bit differently. And then it wasn't. What I want everybody to do is take their thumb and their pointer finger and make that OK sign, the OK sign. What I want you to do is close one eye and just line up that yellow dot in the center of your OK symbol. Just line it up right in the center. You doing that? I'm not going to change the slide. I'm not going to move anything. Don't move your hand. All I want you to do is close the eye that's open and open the eye that's closed. Close the eye that's open and open the eye that's closed. That's it. Is it still in the center? Nope. You guys put your hands down. Unless you're just like, this is awesome! I'll leave it up to those. So sometimes you see something, you swear it's the way it is, but you just need a different perspective. Now, perspective is power. But perspective is also built on our past experiences. That's why older people say, you'll understand when you're my age. We all get it, right? Because the more perspectives, the more knowledge you have, the more life experience you have, that's where it all comes from. So it's okay to ask for help. There's so many times you're just trying to solve a problem and you're focusing on it, You're doing it for days, hours, days, months. You can't solve this thing. And you're like, why can't I see the answer? You get a different perspective, 9 times, 10 times out of 10, the answer is that clear. Just as clear as putting it right in the center. Just a little shift, a little tweak. So it's okay to ask for help, get perspectives. People in different industries. Collaboration leads to innovation. So uncovering new perspectives, collaborate with others, and that's how we innovate. Now I want to show you something. What does everybody see here? You can shout it out. What do people see? A face? Anything else? Liar. Okay. Does everybody see both?
Yeah.
Did some of you need some way to point it out for you? To now see it, but now it's so clear you can't unsee it now. Right? This was actually the back of my old business card. I used to give it out. I did lie detection, reading people. And I give this. Sometimes I give it out sideways. It makes it a little easier. But sometimes it's just that tweak that you need to ask somebody for something. Just a little advice. Somebody who does the thing that you want to do. Just that little tweak. And it's that clear. So, who has the paper ball? Where is it now? Can you throw that randomly to somebody? Don't throw it at me. You can pick it up. It's okay. It's okay. Can you come up here and join me? Give him a nice round of applause. You can leave the paper ball. Keep going. It's a little awkward. Your name, sir? Caesar. Nice to meet you, Caesar. You an iPhone or Android person? Android. Can you mind coming over here for a second? I have an iPhone. Okay? Getting messages. I'm going to hand you the iPhone and open the calculator app. Just hold on to this. Don't do anything yet. Just stay right here. Hold on to that. Don't do anything yet. Who has that paper bowl now? What I want everybody in this room to do is think of a number between 1 and 60. So I want everybody to think of a number between 1 and 60. Okay? Now, who has the paper ball right now? You have it? Are you thinking of a number?
Yes.
What number do you have?
24.
24? 24? Yeah, all right, 24 up on here. I just want to, so you see what I'm doing? I'm going to type in 24. Perfect? Okay. What I want you to do is throw that ball anywhere you'd like. Good throw. Good throw. Do you have a number? What number do you have?
58.
58. So 24, we're going to put 58. Now I'm going to ask you, you could either divide, times, minus, add. What would you like to do? So plus 58. Let's just leave it right now because we're going to get to a bigger number. I don't want to know what number it's going to come to. So don't do anything yet. Throw the ball anywhere else you like. Number between 1 and 60?
41.
41? Yeah, 41. 41. The same thing, you could either divide that, whatever you like. 41. You don't do anything yet. Throw that anywhere you like. I got 3 numbers so far. Fourth number.
38.
38. Hold off now. 38. Same thing, you can pick divide, times, minus, whatever you like. 38. Hold off. Anywhere you'd like. Oh. Sorry. This is a paper ball. 53. Hold off. 53. And it's up to you again. Times, minus, plus, whatever you'd like. 53. Okay. Throw that anywhere you'd like. Now the last person is going to have something a little bit different. The last person, I don't know what number you're thinking, but I just want it to be between 1 and 20. And you could even choose, well, there was nothing between 1 and 20 on this, but if you wanted to mold. Numbers between 1 and 20. 16. That's right, that's 16 on the bottom. I'm going to circle that. That could come into play later. You decide divide, multiply, minus 16, and hit equal. And what I want you to do is take that number and divide the whole thing by 50. And hit equals. Now, wait, that's a pretty small number, right? So what number is that?
1.8.
1.814. Okay. 1.814. Okay. And your, oh, what was your name? Caesar. Caesar. Give Caesar a nice round of applause. Who has the paper ball that's left of it? Can you open it up? And in a nice loud voice, I don't know if you need a microphone, can you read what it says inside there?
Yeah.
What is it? Nice loud voice so you can hear it.
8140.
Ah! 8140 was it? So no one. So I was off by a little bit. 8140. Sorry, guys. It's close, right? It's close. It's tough. Nothing's ever perfect. I even predicted, so this is, if everybody could read that, I actually hand wrote it. My handwriting's not that good. 8140. 8140 was. But why did I? Why I tried so hard, although it was just a tiny bit off. Sometimes you just need that tweak, you know? Sometimes it's just a little off, and that's okay. And if anybody sees it, sometimes you just need a little tweak. Why we're all here together, right? CWA bringing us all together in this circle. Sometimes you need that tweak, that little perspective, that little shift. And it's okay. Thank you. So, impossible. The last thing I want to talk to you about. Who here, should anybody know of something that they say is impossible? It's impossible to do this, it's impossible to achieve that. Anything? Government, I hear all the time. I was at, I did a thing for the Association of Electoral Officials. And they said it's impossible to convince people that the election machines aren't rigged. And I was like, that probably is impossible. So anybody in here know something that maybe is impossible? To them it's impossible? Nobody, okay, perfect. Then I don't even need to talk about this. No, a lot of times people think, they just think something is so impossible, but maybe it's highly improbable. One of the main things would be this. Does anybody know what this is? It's the odds of winning the Powerball. Right, 292 million, whatever, to 1. Right, but it's not impossible. It's just highly improbable. It's not possible. Now, I played the Powerball. Anybody play it when it was like 700 million? Did anybody win? As a mentalist, that's one of the things I always get. Can you give me a lot of numbers? Can you predict the lottery? I can't do it. The lady that had the paper ball, or now you're going to keep that, that's fine. You can fold it up. You can take it with you, that's sure. I'll sign it later if you want. Can you please join me up here? Yeah. You can keep it. No, you can put, that's yours. That's yours now. Give her a nice round of applause. And your name? Sherry. Sherry? Or Sherry?
Sherry.
Sherry. Okay. Sherry, I'm going to give you something. I just want you to tell people what it is. Okay, can you stand over here a minute? Stand over here. I'm going to give you the microphone. Hold on to this. Okay. Now, this whole thing is called thinking outside the box, right? Don't worry, I'm not going to invite you. Over here, I have a box. Oops. Right here, I brought a box that's been sitting up there. Can you take out what's inside? And just don't read anything, just tell everybody what that is.
The lottery ticket.
Into the microphone, that's why you have the microphone.
It's a power.
Is there anything else in here?
No.
No, just look at that. That's why it's called thinking outside the box, when I get outside the box. It's a Powerball ticket, right? I actually just bought it, right? It was from yesterday. I didn't win. Otherwise, I would have showed up today. But, however, you might find the numbers very interesting. Sherry, can you read those numbers one at a time? But just one at a time slowly? What's the first number?
24.
Next one?
38. 41. 53. 58.
And the Powerball?
16.
with the paper ball you had. Thank you so much for helping out. Give her a nice round of applause. Not impossible, just highly improbable. Now I want to play a little game. It's going to take about 2 minutes with all of you. This is something that a mentor taught me. What I want everybody to do is stand up. For me, stand up. And I want you to turn to the person next to you, find a partner, just somebody next to you. If you need to find somebody, if there's not enough people in the row, you can do 3 if you need. You can do 3 if you need. Find somebody. Look at them. Look at this person. Now what I want you to do is just take a good look at this person for about 3 seconds. 2, 1. Turn around and face the other way. Now what I want you to do is I want you to change 33 things about your appearance. Go ahead. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just change one thing about your appearance, turn around, and then see if the other person can figure out what you changed. Anything about your appearance. What they changed? You know what changed?
I don't know what that is.
If they did, or if they did, either way, I want you to change another thing about your appearance. If they didn't know what it is, maybe make it a little more obvious. A little less, leave your clothes off, but maybe just a little bit more obvious. And then when you're ready, turn around and see if you can figure out what they changed. Make you all turn back around, change one more thing. Turn back around, change one more thing. Turn back around, change one more thing. I can do that 33 times. And I'm sure all of you will find something that you can change. But what first felt so overwhelming to change 33 things that felt impossible, if you break it down, sometimes becomes so easy. I'm not going to bore you to ask you to do that. But just break it down to steps. Take your time. Don't get overwhelmed. Does anybody know what this is? The famous painting, Starry Night by Van Gogh. It's actually my laptop cover. It's one of my favorite paintings. But this actually isn't a painting. It's a puzzle, right? It's a jigsaw puzzle. It's a 2,000-piece jigsaw puzzle that sits in front of my desk right now. This puzzle took me nearly 3 years to complete. Because all those pieces are exactly the same. It's yellow and blue. It's like, how do you differentiate the pieces? Things crazy. But me and my fiance, we love to do puzzles. So we do puzzles, it's fun, and we move on to the next one. And we finish that one, and we move on to the next one. But this one was so difficult. 2,000 pieces, by the way. And they're all the same. But whether it's a metaphorical puzzle in life, or it's an actual puzzle, and these goals that you're trying to complete. But we're saying, as I said earlier, people want to tell you what you can't do. They always say what you can't do. Everybody has something to say. or people are messing with your puzzle, stealing your pieces, to just make it difficult for you. Because they just think it's fun to watch you. I literally had somebody in my life like that. And they're still in my life. But they stole my pieces of this literal puzzle. They tried to mess with it, they stole my pieces. I'm looking for them, I can't find them. That's why it took forever. It took even longer than what it is. And me and my friends that were really puzzle people, we bought a puzzle mat. I don't know if you're familiar with this. You build it on a mat, you could roll it up and take it with you on vacation. Because we would do puzzles on vacation. So we were puzzle people, and we were traveling with this puzzle for 3 years, trying to finish this thing. But someone just kept taking my puzzle in the middle of the night. They literally came in, stole my pieces, and I found them in different rooms or different places. And I'm like, who has it? Everybody have a roommate that just really wants to screw with you, wants to mess with you? That's what I had. It's my cat, Karl. Try doing a 2,000-piece jigsaw puzzle with a cat. He jumps on the table, takes it, bye, see you later. Steals the pieces. I love the guy, but he takes all my pieces. I actually finished this puzzle, and there's a piece missing. Anybody see that right there? I don't even know where it is. Somewhere in my house. When you're trying all the pieces, like, where is that last piece? I don't know. Karl took it. But how do puzzles work? We want to finish it and watch the next one. So eventually I finished it. Eventually I put it right up above my desk. And it sits there where I do my work every day. Because it reminds me that when I get overwhelmed with something, something's taking longer, whether it's another phone call I have to make, another email, another proposal, I travel around, but I also do work at home. You know, no different than anybody else. Whenever I come to something, a crossroad where I'm struggling, I just look up and I say, if I could do that with this guy, who's probably sitting next to me the whole time, all in my business. If I could do that, I can do anything. And I move on to the next one. And how does it work? When you're making a puzzle, when you buy a puzzle, what happens? You look at the box, right? So you have to know where you're going. You can't get there if you don't know where you're going. You can't build your map. So on the box is usually a picture, or comes a little map, right? And you break it down steps. So now you know where you want to go. You have to write down your goals. You have to know where you want to be. Then you break it down to steps. On a puzzle, you build the border first. You get that out of the way, you build the border. Then what you do is you start filling it in. You separate it by colors. Everything that seems impossible, if just broken down, step by step, there's a system for it. And then eventually, you can hang it on your wall. That's another one. I have puzzles all over my house. It's kind of strange, but it just feels like every time I look into another room, I walk in, I accomplish that. And it's just, for me, that's my thing. Everybody has their own thing. So, I'm going to draw a picture on this paper here. If anybody knows what it is, feel free to shout it out. If anybody knows what it is, just feel free to shout it out.
A box?
Thinking outside the box, right?
House.
You can see from 6 to 8, I wasn't drawing. 6 to 18. Right. It is a house. Who here said house? You truly did say house over here? Would you mind joining me up here? Give her a nice round of applause. Come on. Casey, nice to meet you, Casey.
Nice to meet you.
And you truly did say house. We have to be on the same wavelength. Perfect. No, that's fine. Yeah, I think it will work for this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go sit in the audience, maybe in the second row. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to face one of you guys, probably. Don't be awkward. I'm going to close my eyes. If you don't like Snapchat me or anything. I don't want to wake up tomorrow and see anything. I'm just going to sit there. It's just very clear that I need to hear you. You need to hear me. So I'm going to have the microphone. I'm not going to be too far away. I just need you to stand right here and follow my instructions. Don't do anything yet. Perfect. You can stay right here. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to go face the other way. How's it rated? Are these locked in? Okay, good. I'm going to just, don't mind me. I'm just going to close my eyes, face the way that you guys see that I'm not looking. Is it Casey, was it?
Casey.
Casey, what I want you to do is, I want you to turn around and you're going to see a beautiful picture of a house. I want you to look at that picture. Just let me know when you see it. Do you see the beautiful picture of a house?
I see the house.
Perfect. So we're on the same page. Okay, so next to you, don't touch anything yet, but there's going to be a table with a couple of markers. Just let me know, do you see those markers?
I see them.
Okay, what I want you to do is don't touch anything yet. I want you to just think about one of them. Maybe it's a color you like, maybe it's a color at random, maybe it's something you don't like. It's completely up to you, just think about one of those colors. When you're ready, just pick up that one color and that one color alone. Let me know when you have it.
I have it.
You have it? Perfect. What I want you to do is uncap that marker. Sorry, you know what would make this house even more beautiful? Can you draw a sun with that marker shining down on the house and color that in for me? Draw a sun shining down on the house, color that in. When you're finished, cap it back up, put it on that little ledge under the pad. Don't put it back in the cup, so we get rid of it. Just leave it on the ledge. Just let me know when you did that.
Done.
Done? Cool. What I want you to do is think about another marker. Again, maybe it's one you like, maybe it's one at random. When you're ready, think about that one, pick it up, let me know when you have it in your hand.
I have it.
You have one.
Yes.
What I want you to do is pick up a different marker now.
I have it.
You have a different one?
Yes.
With the one you just picked up, I want you to color in the siding of the house. So not the windows, and not the door, not the roof, just the siding of the house. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect. So you know what it is, cap it up, drop it on that ledge.
Put it on the ledge.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the first one you had, you still have in your hand? You put it away or what? Where is it?
No, it's in my hand now. I set it down.
Oh, okay, but it's in your hand now.
Yes.
What I want you to do is uncap that marker, and I want you to color in the windows of the house. Just the windows. And then put it on the ledge.
Okay.
And then there should be two left.
Yes.
Choose one. Just pick up one, leave the other one. Let me know when you have it.
I have it.
You have it right now?
I do.
Uncap it and color in the roof of the house. Just the roof.
Okay.
Put it back on the ledge. There should be one marker left.
Yes.
Pick it up, and I think the door is left, correct? Just color the door.
Okay.
We're good?
Okay.
So everything's colored, no more markers, correct?
Correct.
I'm going to open my eyes. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to join you up here. Casey. Okay. Perfect. Let me stand to the side so everybody can see. Can everybody see this? The colors? Okay. It's for those maybe you can't see, it's a greenhouse. It's a red roof, orange windows, a blue door, and a purple sign. Right? Maybe give it up for Casey to color that in, right? Maybe some people would have colored it differently. It's all about perspective. It's all about how we see things and what we choose to do. I said, again, you did say house. I think we're on the same wavelength. I think we see things differently. I probably would have colored it the same way. Now, I did this for a group of psychologists, and they thought I was crazy because it was like a house test and there was no plants and flowers and everything. And they all handed me their business card and said, if you need a free consultation, because they wouldn't have done it. But I'm with you. And what I did before I got here, I actually drew a house. I colored it in. I folded it up. I put it inside an envelope. I handed that envelope to somebody here. Can you please join us up here with that envelope? Give her a nice round of applause. completely honest. Did you open this envelope? Did you switch the envelope? Did anybody touch it or come near this? Absolutely not. Can you turn around? Open up, I don't even want to touch it, the envelope, and pull out the contents that are inside. And make sure there's not a Rolodex of drawings of houses. Is that the only thing in there? It is, I just want you to know. Can you open that up so everybody can see it? Show the audience. A perfect match. We have a green house with a red roof, orange windows, blue door, and a purple sun. Thank you so much to both of you for helping out. A perfect match. I have one more thing I do want to share with you. But I do also want to let you know one thing that I did earlier today. There's a gift I wanted to give you all, and I wanted to put something together. You guys all seem like a great group. So what I did is I recorded a video and have a PDF. So this is of my top 10 list of skills that I do every day that are can be easily applied. And I go through this list in this video. If you do want this list, what it is it breaks down how to become a person of influence. How to get people gravitate around you and want to do business with you, want to work with you, how to make friends. I'm a big advocate of adults making friends. We don't do that very often. So I have this list. If anybody does want it, I just need to, if anybody has a business card, bring it up. Make sure you get it to me or drop it up here. That's a free gift to everybody. If you do ever want to talk more about any work that we can do together, a partner, just write info or anything on the back of it. I'm not trying to tell anybody, but you all get this. If you do want anything, I'll also send you some info. So just write info if you do want to talk any further, by all means. So the last thing I do want to do is there are some open ends here. I had somebody write down a number. That was you. Can you please stand up for me? This is a 2-digit number. What I want you to think of the first number. Just the first number. Okay? Say it in your mind. Say it over again in your mind. Okay? Just keep saying the first number over and again. Obviously it could be a 1, a 2, 3, 4, 5. I kind of lost your interest, so it's a low number, right? Yeah. All right. Smile kind of confirms it. I want you to just think of the second digit. The second digit. Keep saying it over again in your mind. Over again in your mind. A 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5, a 6. It's also a low number. That's correct? Yeah? Keep saying both of the numbers in your head. All right. Keep saying them over again. Okay. Just the last number. Can you see these? Just a loud voice. I'm going to ask you a couple questions. They're all yes or no. To the best of your ability, just answer yes or no. Okay? Just yes or no. Do you see your number on this board? What was that? No. Thank you very much. No. Okay, that's fine. Do you see each digit on the board? Okay. Are they, you see each digit in different boxes, I guess. Are those boxes touching? They're not touching. In a loud voice, can you tell us the number you're thinking of? Yeah.
Tell you my number.
Yes.
33.
33. Can you see it now? Okay, good. I hope so, it's right on top. I hope so, it's right on top. You can have a seat, you can have a seat. See, I asked this because I can ask everyone in the room. Did anybody else know the number? Did anybody else see the number when she wrote it down? I can ask so many people in this room, I've done this so many times, you get yes, you get no's. Do you see your number? Yes, no. Because some people see numbers differently. It's just the way you look at it, it's all perspective. Did you feel like I influenced you to choose 33? First thing, that's how I was influenced. It felt okay, right? It's supposed to, good. It's supposed to feel okay. I didn't influence you to choose it, that was your free choice. You might not see it, but maybe some people will. Because it's all in the way you look at it, it's all in perspective. Now, I always was bad in math, or at least I was told I was always bad in math by my teachers, and I failed. And I got the answer, but I didn't show the work the way that everybody else showed the work. I got to numbers differently. I see numbers differently, and I wanted to show you how I see numbers. See, if you take 13, add 1, that's 14, add another 12 and 7, you're going to get 33. If you take 11 and 8, that's 19, add 12 and 2, you're going to get 33. 5 and 10 is 15, plus 3 is 18, add 15, you're going to get 33. 4 and 14 is 18, plus 6 and 9, you're going to get 33. Right? It's all perspective. It's all the way you look at things. And not only do I do horizontally, I do vertically. Some might see it already. 13, 11, 5, and 4, you're going to get 33. 14, 10, 8, and 1, 33. You guys want to take a picture? You want to see this? I know, calculator, I see some of you doing it. By all means, you can. 6, 3, 12, and 12, you're going to get 33. Do the math. 9, 15, 2, and 7, you're going to get 33. It's all in perspective of how you look at it. But it wouldn't be enough, right? Horizontally, vertically, diagonally. I see some people doing this. Perfect. I got you. I got all of you. 4, 10, 12, and 7, you're going to get 33. 13, 8, 3, and 9, you're going to get 33. Just for fun, for you, I did the 4 corners. 13, 7, 9, and 4, 33, you got it. What I was talking about earlier, thinking inside the box, thinking outside the box, we hear it all the time. You're closed-minded, you think inside the box. I did both of them for you. The box in the middle, these 4, 33. Outside the box, any box in these corners, these 4, these 4, these 4, you're going to get 33. Any mirror image, the top 2 plus the bottom 2, side 2 plus side 2, diagonally here, diagonally there, diagonally here, diagonally here, you're going to get 32, 33. There are actually 72 different ways to get to 33. Do you see your number on this board now? Thank you so much. My name is Mike.